Also clarify the clerk had mentioned affidavits, but now she says that is the only affidavit that was received. The one from Transparency International. You may proceed.
Mr. Speaker.
Does the clerk want something from you?
Yeah, but there's a document I want to refer you to so that when it comes around, probably you may be able to guide me on how to proceed on these particular questions, which I'm supposed to give satisfactory answers to.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, having been a member of Parliament and having understood our practice, I want you to guide me on how I need to proceed in answering questions where I may end up discussing matters that are before courts for determination. And Mr. Speaker, when I see, and I'm so happy, but regret at the same time because of that sub judice rule, probably I may not be able to explain to this country properly who Mithika Linturi is. I want to bring to your attention and to tell the country.
Honorable Mithika Linturi, you are not to anticipate any questions.
Answer, yes.
You only answer questions that will be asked to you by the members. What I've invited you to do, and I'm sure you've been watching some of the proceedings from your colleagues, is who is Mithika Linturi? I was born here, I grew up here, I went to school here, I have done this in my life, I've encountered some obstacles, I have surmounted them or not, and I have been given the privilege to be what I am today. Something like that.
I'm guided.
So don't anticipate any questions. The questions will be asked by these members to you. And when they're asked, you are not entitled also to frame your own questions and answer them. You'll answer the questions that will be asked only.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Accordingly guided.
Yes.
And I think, Mr. Speaker, my life began back in the late 1969, because that is when I was born, in a village called Iriaki in Egembe South constituency, formerly known Egembe North, Egembe District. Mr. Speaker, I was born from a very humble family, and what is when I was growing up and hunting cows or goats in a forest called Ndune near my home, when I was arrested by the chief in around 1978 to take me to school. That time, Mr. Speaker, the test that was used to check anybody that had grown of age to get to school was to lift your hand on top of your hand and see whether you would be able to touch the other side of your ear. That's when I went to Amwamba Primary School, and for around 8 years I went to, again, Mr. Speaker, to Egembe Secondary School. And the other thing that also makes me remember my first day in school, Mr. Speaker, and because of that I'm beginning, is when we were admitted and we were required to carry shoes and other items that we would use in school. Was that I went to school, my shoes in box, and carrying the box, and everybody was laughing at me because and why and not put on the shoes and then to carry the shoes in the box. Thereafter, I stayed there, Mr. Speaker, and after Form 4, I also went to Meru Technical School, and Mr. Speaker, thereafter, after finishing Meru Technical, my father thought then I should have stayed at home to assist in his coffee farm because I'm from a family of 8, and then he required to spend some of his little earnings to educate my brothers and sisters. I became difficult after attending to my father's tea farm and coffee, and then I intended to and go to look what to do. That's how I left that any clothes in a bag without knowing where I would sleep. And my hustling life started from there. I made friends with many that I remember would be my role models. And during the course of life, I got interested in doing business here and there, and that's when I started business. I first of all got very interested in pursuing insurance, and I was the founder member of Access Insurance. Mr. Speaker, as I was doing business, I met very many people who inspired me in different ways, and some of the people I met and actually who inspired me to think about the politics and public service were the likes of the late Kennedy Matiba, Kina Muite, Raila Odinga, and even the late Kina Njiramogi. The late Kabando Wafula Mbuke and I were the first young boys, and Antai Wankuraru, who we were there, and the boys of the Safina party, and the late the late Liki was the Secretary General. The first time I got charged in court, Mr. Speaker, was around that time, the year 2002, when I was alleged to have, and Mporo Abori, who is also my friend, we are very close, and we were charged with the offense that time. I think the charge was defective of trying, because we had learned prayers, and it was construed that we were praying for the death of the president then. So we were charged for incitement. The matters went to court. We were lucky that we couldn't afford a legal fees to pay lawyers, and I thank Linturi and Muite, because these are the people that came to our rescue. We were acquitted. That is when I realized how important it was to have good friends. From there, Mr. Speaker, when we got interested.
Finish up in 2 minutes. You've already done your 10. I got interested in running for
parliamentary position, and I first of all ran under Safina ticket. I lost. The next election, I ran on Found People. I lost. And then in the year 2007, I ran on a Kano ticket. And I was elected as a member of parliament for Igembe South. And from that time, I have been a member of parliament for consecutively until last to run for me and to the current governor, Mr. Thereafter, in the wisdom of the current president, who I thank, decided to nominate me as candidate, as nominee for the position of CS Agriculture. And Mr. Speaker, that's why I am here. Before this honorable committee, ready to answer any question that may arise.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Linturi. We will now open the floor. First to ask you questions. We advise that we'll take them in batches of. I also clarify, the clerk had mentioned affidavits, but now she says that is the only affidavit that was received. The one from Transparency. You may proceed.
Mr. Speaker.
Want something from you?
Yeah, but there's a document I want to refer you to so that when it comes around, probably you may be able to guide me on how to proceed on this particular.